Hi everyone, Skylar here from suckytosoulful.com, and today I'm doing an Into You view with Jane Barlow from Barlow Herbals. And I met Jane a couple months ago when I was experimenting and trying one of her amazing products called LDM 100. We had a lot of colds going on here and I had a tooth infection, and I was turned on to her product. And when I started having some questions about it, I called the company and was fortunate enough to meet Jane. And Jane was just an amazing support and a wonderful guide for me as I was taking the product and through the cold and the tooth thing. And I felt that, being that this week it's about spirit, I wanted to interview her because she is now become one of my favorite spirits. And she's a healer on the planet. She's here doing some great work. And I just wanted you to get to know her, get to know her products, and learn more about how your spirit can be supported through Jane and through her products. So, Jane, welcome. I'm so glad you're here today.
Hi, Allie. I'm glad to be here too.
Cool. And Jane's in Utah. And we just found out that Jane and I are total opposites. She's a nature girl and I'm a city girl. So we're going to exchange experiences real soon. She's going to come to Jersey and I'm going to go out to Utah one of these days. But anyway, Jane, could you tell us about your company, about your product, and how you feel your product supports spirit?
Okay, well, as Allie said, my name is Jane Barlow. My married name is actually Christensen, but I go by Barlow because the formulas that we make were started by my dad. He was a doctor of medicinal botany, which is basically medicine out of plants. So if you think about that, this is the way that we're really meant to take care of ourselves, is by using things that grow in nature, things that were put on this earth for human beings to use. And I think we've gotten really pretty far away from that. My dad passed away about 15 years ago, and he left 14 children behind. I'm the second oldest of 14. And for about 4 years after he passed away, none of us really did anything because, first of all, he died suddenly, and we were all kind of in the middle of our careers and raising our kids. And my dad was a really brilliant, smart, amazing person, and none of us thought we could really do what he did. So we kind of got together and had a family meeting. Everybody was contacted, and only me and one other sister really were interested in doing it. And then after about 6 months, she dropped off from it too. So I've been going by myself for about 12 years, and the things that we make are life-giving, life-changing. They change the way you take care of your health. They change the way you think about your health. And as Allie said, the product that she used is a product called LDM 100, which is made from a plant called lomatium. Lomatium is not very well known because it only grows in the wild. It's never been successfully cultivated, but it is a broad spectrum antimicrobial. So if you think about that, it means it takes care of things like virus, fungus, yeast, bad bacteria. So, the thing that I use it mostly for is during cold and flu season, because I don't really get any of the other gnarly issues that it goes after. So like strep and bronchitis, I've used it on for my kids. I have two grown sons. They're now aged 30 and 31. And one of my favorite stories to tell people is that neither one of them have ever had a prescription antibiotic. So if you think about that, the scope of things that kids get when they're growing up, strep, ear infections, cold and flu, just the things that they get when they're, going through childhood. I know both my kids played football, and they would come home with athlete's foot and toenail fungus, and lomatium clears all that stuff up. It's amazing.
Well, I have to tell you, I'm going to interrupt for a second because my son has eczema, and every winter it's really terrible. And we just experimented, and I said, look, let's just try the lomatium and see if that helps. And it really makes a difference. It's reduced the itching, the scratching, the welts that are coming out, and even though it's not specifically designed, like you said, it's not promoted as a product for eczema, he's gotten some relief with it. And we were on the verge of, and I'm very alternative, and I use conventional when I need to, but we were on the verge of going to the doctor and getting these very strong creams because he was just having such a tough time with it. So I just wanted to add in that it's also been helpful for us with the eczema. And you also mentioned to me before that kids with autism. There's a whole group of women that are using this product to help children with autism. Is that correct?
Yeah, well, Lomatium actually will push out a one-time detox rash in some people, a small percentage of people. The people who get it, yeah, Allie got one. And that's why we were able to connect, which is really cool.
Yeah.
It is a one-time detox, but the kids in autism spectrum, what they're finding is that every single one of the kids in autism get this one-time detox rash. It's a full-body one-time detox rash, and they're having some really amazing recoveries, mostly social, from this. So, yeah, it's cool. It's cool stuff.
Tell me about that. Remember you were telling me about that mom whose kid wasn't talking or something, and then he started taking the product. Can you tell that story? Because I thought that was pretty amazing.
Yeah, about 5 years ago, I was at a conference. It's called the Lyme-induced autism conference. It's a group of doctors who study people with women with Lyme disease, and how their kids sometimes tip into autism because they have the dormant Lyme disease that they might not know about, and sometimes what they're believing is that their MMR vaccine will tip them into autism because their systems are fragile. So I was at this conference about 5 years ago, and a mother came up to me, and she had a picture of her son, who was 4 years old, and he was in a full-blown, full-body LDM 100 rash. And yeah, and you can relate. And she told me that on day 3 of his rash, he started talking for the first time. So, that was just like a moment for me, which I'm lucky enough to get a lot of moments like that with other people and other things experiences people get with our products.
Right.
But that was a real moment that made me realize, I am doing the right thing, and I feel blessed every day to be able to carry on my dad's work.
Yeah. Now tell me, I think the thing I resonated with you so much with when we first connected too was just your incredible care and concern, and Jane was always checking in on me, and she was really talking me through the rash, and she really helped keep me going through it, and I'm really glad I did, because afterwards my skin had never looked better, and things cleared up that on my skin that I haven't had success with, trying so many different types of products. So it was really very exciting, and I don't think I would have gotten through it that well if Jane hadn't been such an incredible support. So that leads me into my connection with spirit. I really felt that, my spirit was reaching out to Jane for support. Her spirit was reaching back and supporting me. And that's what I feel from the way that she puts her products together, is that her spirit is very behind everything she's making. So, Jane, tell me a little bit about how you see spirit connecting with, the LDM 100 and the other products, because I know you had this great, Jane also sent me this great face, what do you call them, face oils, or what's the name of that product that you...
It's a skin serum.
Skin serum. So she sent me a skin serum, which I love and I always use. And actually, she also told me to use it on my scalp, and it's been making my hair feel awesome. So she has skin serum. She has the LDM 100. You have other products as well for immunity, and I know you carry a line of things that help people. So how does this stuff for you connect to spirit and your journey and your purpose here on planet Earth?
Well, a couple of ways. Number one, where you were saying, you were able to connect with me and get some good information and guide you through it. I believe very strongly that we're all on this planet to help each other. Mm-hmm. And it doesn't matter how busy someone gets, or, just because I do run a busy company, there's every single person on this planet is extremely important. And I would want the same kind of care and guidance if I was going through something like that. Mm-hmm. And I'm really familiar with this. I've seen hundreds and hundreds of rashes, and I feel like if I could impart some of my wisdom, I really think that to connect with another person's spirit is exactly what you're talking about. Number two in this whole thing is I think that there are plants put on this earth, like I said, to help human beings. And it gives me an incredible peace in my spirit to know that I have this plant and some of the other formulas that I make, and my knowledge of other things too, just food and supplementation and the way we love each other to help keep me well. Because I think we live in a crazy world, and there's a lot of crazy, just this last cold and flu season, there was lots of different strains, lots of people out of work and just sick, and they worry that, their bodies aren't going to be able to handle some of the things that come around. And those are issues I don't worry about on any level. And then I think the third thing, which my dad is the one who taught us this, whenever we make our formulas, whenever we are bottling, whenever we're even harvesting the plants out of the wild, which is we go and we wildcraft some of the things that we make. We do everything with love and healing intentions. We're not just out there
picking the weed out of the ground. I gotta pick another weed.
Yeah, I mean, it's just not like that. And it even goes so far as if someone is in a bad mood when we're filtering and we're bottling and we're making the formulas, they don't come to work because we don't want anything except good, loving, healing energy involved in every single process. And it's, it's a beautiful thing.
Wow.
So I think that's how it connects to spirit in a big way.
Very, very cool. I like that. It's like kind of when you're, when you're cooking a meal, trying to do it in a loving way instead of like, oh my God, it's so late and I don't want to be cooking this meal and I'm tired. It's like, okay, I'm feeding the people I love. Let's put some love in the food and, get angry later when you're done cooking.
Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah, don't do that. So, also tell me about peace. What's brought peace for you in your life as part of working with this product? And, like you said, I guess you shifted from one career to take over your father's business. So that must have been, going from the known to the unknown. How did you kind of find peace and how did that all connect for you with doing this business that you do now?
Well, it really wasn't going from the known to the unknown because I grew up with this. But where it was different is my whole adult life, I fell in love with fitness and exercise when I was about 18. And I started teaching classes when I was 18. So that's kind of been my whole focus. I worked for health clubs. I was managing health clubs. I actually built my own health club. And the shift for me was number one thing was taking a huge financial cut, which, to restart my dad's company. But I think it was a time in my life, both my boys were just about all the way grown. I believe they were almost out of high school. And I think when I used to always, and I still do, study self-improvement, things that make me a better person. And I think I was at a perfect place in my life to make that shift where it didn't feel like it was unknown or uncomfortable. And I luckily had a very loving, supportive husband who was like, you know what, if this is what you feel like you need to do, then I'm 100% behind you. And we took a very big, huge risk and a financial cut in our lifestyle for a lot of years until things really started kind of gelling, and I really felt like I started all over again. But no, it's been a peaceful, loving, amazing transition. I've never ever once felt like I was doing the wrong thing. So,
now tell me where people can find you. Give information so people know where to find you as well.
Well, we have a website. It's www.barlowherbal.com, so BARLOWHERBAL.com. And we only do about 25 things, and there's not a lot of information as far as it tells you what the herbs are in the formulas that we make. And if you want to, you can go on a contact area on the website, and I'd be more than happy to send you a catalog, and you can get a little more detailed information about what we do.
Perfect. Now, is there anything that you would like to add that I may not have asked in my questions here these last couple minutes about your company and about your products? Or
no, I just want to reiterate that I think we're in a wonderful, amazing time right now, and it's always interesting to me how people say the economy is bad, and I do believe that there's shifts because I think we need a big shift, and I think we're lucky to be at the forefront of it. The big underground movement of people who want to take care of themselves naturally and healthily and with love, and I think it's exciting.
Yeah, it is. It is. I feel it too. I like to call myself the shifting expert, and I really feel that. As much as it's exciting, it can be challenging too. But it is exciting. It is exciting, the newness, and it is exciting to meet people like you and continually connect with people who are here on the planet to uplift spirit. That's what it's all about.
Exactly. Well, I think we connected for a reason, Allie.
Definitely. And I'm coming out to Utah, and you're coming to Jersey. You can take me to the mountains, and I'll take you to a Broadway show.
Perfect. I'll take you up.
All right. Well, this is Allie Skylar, soulfully signing out. And go check out Jane's products and go talk to Jane. She's wonderful. All right. Take good care, all. Bye.